Lesson 2.3, write two-step equations. There are 3 steps to writing a two-step equation. First, we're going to describe the situation using only the most important words. Then we're going to define a variable to represent the unknown quantity. And then we're going to translate our verbal model into an algebraic equation. Okay, so these are the 3 basic steps right here. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you some words and phrases to math symbols. So this goes along. I should be handing this out to everybody, but we have some words that go along with addition. So here's a group of them right here: plus, and, total of, all together, so on and so forth. Then we have some words that go with subtraction, some words that go with multiplication right here. We have some words that go with division. The equal sign also has some words: is, are, were, was, will be, yield, sold for. These are some examples of words that let us know there's going to be an equal sign somewhere, or something is set equal to each other. And parenthesis words, things that tell you we got to group some quantities together. So the quantity of, twice the sum of, times the sum of, and so on and so forth. So you can read this, pause it, and take a look at these different words. This is not an exhaustive list, but knowing some of these words will help a lot when translating phrases into equations. So back to our example. Example A. 8 less than 3 times a number is -23. So we should be looking for some key words. And in this sentence, these kinds of sentences, everything is pretty much important. Everything should mean something. So for example, like the 8 right here, that's actually a number. Less than is one of our operation words. Less than means subtraction or subtract from. Okay, so less than means we want to subtract from something because it's less than that. So we're going to subtract 8 from something. What are we going to subtract 8 from? This thing right here, 3 times. So this has a combination of a number and also an operation. So times is multiplication. So 3 times something, multiply. So that's what this times is right here. So we have 8 less than, or 8 subtracting from, 3 times what? 3 times what? A number. This right here, a number, refers to some type of variable. Okay, that's our unknown. When they use the term a number, that's our variable. And a lot of times we use n or x, or they'll give you the variable they want to use. And then is our equal to sign. Okay, so we have these, like I said, everything in here means something. So let's go ahead. So again, less than means subtract from. We're going to subtract 8 from something. So we're going to say minus 8. What are we subtracting 8 from? We're subtracting it from 3 times a number. So how do we write 3 times a number? Well, we can write it as 3 as the coefficient and the variable. And it says is, so that means this quantity right here, 3n minus 8, is equal to -23. So this will be our sentence written as an algebraic equation. Okay, so you can see a little clearer right there, 3n minus 8. So example B. Again, we have one of these sentences that is full of important words. 13 is 7 more than 1/5 of a number. And again, a number means we're going to use our variable, but we don't always have to use n. I'm going to use m this time. Okay, I've already identified some of the things like the numbers. We have a 13, we have a 7, and a 1/5. The is, once again, is our equal to sign. So that's our equal sign. More than, just like less than, that means we're going to add to. We're going to add 7 to what? We're going to add 7 to 1/5 of a number. And how do you find 1/5 of something? Finding 1/5 or a fraction of some number is just multiplication. So this 1/5 is like multiplying when we see this of right here, 1/5 of. So let's see, write it the way it says. 13 comes first. We're going to put 13 is. So that's our equal to. 7 more than. So we want to add 7 to something. Add 7 to what? 1/5 of a number. So again, this means multiplying 1/5 times our letter or a variable. So 1/5 times m. And there is our equation right there. Okay, so again, these types of sentences are straightforward. You just have to translate everything or turn everything into some kind of number or symbol, and using the orange paper that I passed out to you. The last example I want to go through is a little longer right there. It has a story to it, or it's a word problem basically. And it says you buy 3 books that each cost the same amount and a magazine, all for $55.99. You know that the magazine costs $1.99. How much does each book cost? If you notice, I've already kind of circled some of the things that are important, because that's our step 1. Find out what's important. What do I really need to know? And one thing that you might notice is that we need to know what, or the important is 3 books that cost, the same amount. That's quite important right here. This one little part right there. You need to know that we're buying a magazine, and all four is like addition. All 4, it's like all together in total is $55.99. Then they give us another piece of information. The magazine costs $1.99. So before we jump into the algebraic equation, let's think about it in words. How would I find this, or how can I put all this stuff together? So if we're adding this, what are we adding? Well, we're going to be adding 3 books. We want 3 books plus 1 magazine is going to equal $55.99. So this is kind of how I think of it in my head. It's like I know I have 3 books, 1 magazine. Now, what do I know about any of these words here? Well, I know the magazine costs $1.99. So instead of putting one magazine, I'm going to say this is $1.99, since I know I want money. So $55.99 still stays the same. Now, 3 books. They each cost the same amount. So how can I show the cost of 3 books? How would I figure it out? Well, if I knew the price of 1 book, I would take that price and multiply it by 3. So, but we don't know the price. So what do I use? I use a variable to represent that. Since I don't know how much the books cost, I'm going to use the variable b and multiply it times 3, since there are 3 books. So I got 3b plus 199 equals $55.99. Okay, so since this problem is asking how much does each book cost, that means I'm going to actually have to solve this equation. So I got 3 times b plus $1.99 equals $55.99. So I recognize this is a 2-step equation. So just like I've done before, I separated with my line right there, so I know I have my left and right, and I want to isolate b on the left-hand side, or get b by itself. Well, what's happening to b? It's being multiplied by 3 and added by $1.99. So we work in reverse order to undo or to isolate. So we're going to undo this adding by $1.99 by subtracting $1.99. So that'll cancel that out. But again, if I want to keep it balanced, I have to do whatever I did over here, which was subtract $1.99. I'm going to have to subtract $1.99 from the right. So doing that, I get $54. So I have 54 on the right, and on the left, since this is canceled out, I have this 3 times b on the left. I still want to isolate for b, and since b is being multiplied by 3, to get it by itself, I'm going to divide by 3. So if I divide by 3 on the left, I'm going to have to divide by 3 on the right, and I get 3 goes into 54 18 times. So that tells me that each book cost $18.